this video, you'll hear different insights on how to maintain, promote, and develop a culture of non-violent society. In this video, we interviewed 5 different people with 5 different opinions. So let's watch all.
Good morning, Ms. BCT, and we are here to conduct an interview about maintaining a non-violent culture. I'm Jan Maxasan and I'm Carlos Camogan. So we prepared some questions that we need to answer. We are ready to. So first, as the ISD President, how can you tell that we are living in a non-violent society?
I can tell that we are non-violent or violent? Non-violent. I can tell that we are living in a non-violent society because as far as I know, we are really a safe city. A lot of tourists stay here in our city, and also less crimes are also here in our city. And also, moreover, our city is also known as the safest city, and I guess that I can tell that we are living in a non-violent society.
So thank you. So another question is, how can you help promoting a non-violent culture?
As a student, I'm just a student, so I can't really go to our government and suggest any activities or programs, but by starting on my own self, I can lessen the violence in our city or community by telling our students to stop bullying, because I know that is some of the roots of violence in our school, and also to promote activities such as campaigns to prevent violence and other programs related to it.
So, as a student, how can you prevent or lessen the violence in our city or in our school?
So there are just limited actions I can do as a student. So I guess because we're living in the 21st century, we can put posters or any flyers everywhere in our school where there are a lot of students who can read about violence, and in social media I can also post about violence and to help prevent violence.
As you all know, we were once awarded as the safest city. In your perspective, who do you think was the reason behind this award?
I think the reason behind this award is us, or Mocanans. Mayor Richard really has this leadership where he can hold programs and activities and also encourage us, or Mocanans, in helping prevent and eradicate violence. So I guess that because of us, because of our discipline, we really deserve the Safest City Award.
Can you set some tips of maintaining a non-violent culture?
I think when parents are able to discipline their child in their homes and also tell them the difference between right and wrong, I think through that small thing, this will grow on gradually and hopefully eradicate violence once and for all.
So we are very thankful now for
Considering our questions. So thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. I am Clint Bayan Olumanta. We are here today to conduct some interview with you regarding maintaining a non-violent culture. So we prepared some questions.
As a teacher, can you say that we are living in a non-violent society?
Yes, because we are abiding the laws, which states that children must be protected. The children and all of its constituents must be provided and must be able to live in a happy, safe, and secure environment.
So, sir, how can you help in promoting a non-violent culture?
One way of promoting a non-violent culture is to feel on what is what do you call it? Empathy. No, we need to practice empathy to feel what others would feel if you are going to do that thing to them. No? Kung ikaw, if for example you feel like doing this to others, which would hurt somebody else, you do not do it. So it's very simple. It's very simple.
Kami side in,
Third question, sir, is, as we all know, we were once awarded as the safest city in the Philippines. In your own perspective, who do you think is the reason behind this award?
Everybody can take the credit for it. No? Okay, if we as they are as adults, no, we are let's say we are maintaining or pertaining, we are sticking onto those laws in order to maintain what do you call this one, the harmony in the city, and therefore everybody takes credit. If the adults are not let's say what we call this one, if the adults are not adhering to these parameters, then wala. No? Including sa mga students on their behalf must also follow. No? Because there is now that culture today that we cannot control anymore the students. Are you really following the mandate? Let's say the simplest mandate sa school, yung mandate. Are you following the mandate of the school? Let me return that question to you. Cortez.
yes sir.
Are you? It's like wearing the proper uniform. Sapaw ka. See? So those cultures, that is a culture wherein give and take lang na siya. Then afterwards, may na ba yung tanga si sir is stricto. Really, no? Let's just follow. Come on, others are under me. Yung sir is stricto, at pagkahuman, wala na po. Because, in order to prevent, no? That is just reminding you na you have also a culture, you have also a role in our society so that everything will be harmonious.
Can you cite any examples of maintaining these peaceful community bars?
In order to maintain, we will follow the rules and regulation. Simple na tayo. Let's just follow the rules and regulation and everything will be smooth, safe. Like for example, the wearing of uniform, the wearing of ID, you come to class on time, basketball. So therefore, example niya, in order to maintain is to follow the rules as a student. And we also as your teachers will also abide by what is mandated for us, for our society.
So the last question that we've prepared, how can you help to prevent or lessen the violent culture, the violent activities that are done in our city?
First of all, there is no violence here in the school. There is no violence. Is there a reported violence? I don't think so. It has been controlled already. For the past 2 years, there were incidents like fraternities. No, there were reported clashes of fraternities from Linao National High School. They will come here just to make recruits, no? And then after recruiting, they would engage in fist fight. Sinumbagay na. But now, as far as I could recall, when President Duterte was already the president, wala na. Ayo. Diba? So I think there is no culture of violence already in the school. In fact, teachers are there is no more reported violence already in the school. That's it. There is the problem here in school is the basura. No more violence. Basura ang problema in school. Some more? Okay. Cortez, some more, Cortez?
I am Minia Jumrisi Nombrado. I am Maria Sila Ibanez. We are here today to conduct an interview about non-violent culture. So as the first question, sir, as a mass educator, how can you help prevent or lessen the violence activities that occurs here?
Okay, so by conducting awareness symposium, especially students because I'm in school, we do it better to conduct awareness about this violence. As we all know, a huge problem in our country nowadays. People experience violence, but mostly women. That's why if women experience this kind of violence, directly they should know where to go. So just awareness, inspire people actually that they should not do this one. By doing this one, they know the consequences, and it is really against the law.
Next question, sir. How can you help in promoting a non-violent culture?
Okay, it's easy for us to promote as teachers because we inspire others, we educate others. So by educating people about this one, especially in MAPE subject, in science or applicable, by doing that, they could actually conduct campaign, diba, by symposium or awareness to the people.
As we all know, sir, when we inspire their children and our own perspective, who do you think is the reason behind this award?
First, the leader, the mayor, the one who actually, one of the persons who honestly been part of crafting this particular ordinance about those ordinance that people should ordinance to have peace in our city. So first the president, the mayor rather, and most especially the people, the Ormocanans. The reason why we're the safest city is you know that most of Ormocan already have the knowledge that if they do crime, they know the consequences and they know how to face it. So because of awareness, number one, okay, we are awarded as a safest city because people already have the knowledge about the right and the wrong thing to do.
Sir, can you please cite some tips on how to maintain a non-violent culture?
Okay, tips number one. In a school setting, so if students should know the importance of, shall say, doing the right thing or doing the right thing to do, following the rules and regulation of the school, so we could see to it that there will be no violence if they are oriented or educated. Or secondly, outside campus. So since we learn a lot on social media, the effects of violence and the reasons why people experience violence, so we already have the competency or the knowledge about dealing with this. So that's one thing, educate ourselves. Number two, we should know about the law. Okay, if you want a better place, a peaceful, away from crimes, people should follow law. We have law of the land. We follow rules. What is the purpose of following rules? Number one, to have peace. Number two, to organize, for better organization, or to have, shall I say, a harmonious environment.
Well, can you tell, sir, that we are living in a non-violent society?
We're saying that none, because you know what, the reason why these problems occur, because there are people who experience violence, but they remain silent. Supposedly, when they experience violence, for example, women, okay, nowadays, most of the wife, they experience violence from their husband, and they remain silent. So they want to have 0% violence, so people should go directly to the people who are in charge of this. Like for example, for women, the violence against women, helping desk, di ba na siya? So go directly to the people who are honestly in charge of this problem. Okay? If they want to actually go to the people who are knowledgeable or they can go to ask for help, so there will be no ending to violence. But once crime already happened, go directly to the responsible people people who can solve this crime. For example, go to DSWD, the Department of Social Works, Department of Social Works, what is it? Department of Social Workers, Welfare, diba? DSWD. So by doing that, they can address your concern. But if you just remain at home, be silent, repeatedly, it's a continuously doing because you wasn't able to actually express yourself, express your side with the crime you experienced.
Thank you for your time, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. We are here to conduct an interview about culture of non-violence. I am Carlos Miguel Costilla, sir, from New York City National High School.
And I'm from yung Pulido and State First Youth School.
You're asking about the non-violent culture. So you mean that in a culture that there has no violence?
Yes, sir.
Question
man, sir. As a policeman, sir, how can you tell that we are living in a culture of non-violent society?
When there is no crime. When you say violence, meaning there is a crime, diba? Right? So how we know that there is no crime or no violence? There is no report incident. There is no incident like patay, crimes, any crimes. So maybe mo kana ka kung saan pag-atin na to. Diba? So, matin na nato through active participation sa inyo, sa community. Kami mga pulis, wala may mahina, wala mo. Through active participation sa inyo, report mo sa amo kung naman mga kuan, so matin na nato no violence.
How can you maintaining this non-violent culture?
Through active participation sa inyo, sa community. Kaya gano'n na yung kuha na ito nga mga reporting yung kuha na yung mga sightings, report mo na mo sa amo, at least makakatulog. Ma-preempt na ito ang mga sila yung mga plano tungkol sa participation. Kami, gamay na lang yung grupo. Patrolya lang yung dako kaya ng area. So, dili man tamo kanang cover ang kanang area. Pero sa inyo, mag-report mo sir, na i-quandary sir, na yung mga suspicious nga mga tao, mga sila yung mga plano. So, maka-atong ma-prevent ka ng mga plano. So, ang kinahanglan akong role po ang community. Para ma-atin na ito ang non-violence culture of non-violence.
As you all know, sir, we are once awarded in a culture of non-violence society. As your own perspective, what do you think behind this award?
Tungod po na sa kibisog sa mga pulis o suporta sa local government o sa ato community. Para siya achievement na ito, tungkol na sa ato ng active participation sa ato LGU, sa kapulisan o sa komunidad. So, tinabangay man kita masungko na ano pa man?
Sir, some tips of promoting a non-violent culture.
Matag-usan na to, dapat kuhan kita, kanang vigilant ka sa ato palibot. Dili kita magpakahilom. Kung doon naman mga informasyon nga makatabang kayong mga doon na siya mga plano, mga kuhan, may istorya ka mo. Nga doon na yung mga kuabot nga sir na yung mga tao nga suspisyoso dili para na itabo sa Marawi tungod sa nila ang komunidad wala yung pagtabang, wala yung pagkabana na ang Marawi na sulat o mga kuhan, di ba? So, dapat kinahanglan ng active participation sa barangay, sa komunidad.
Last question, sir. How can you present or lessen the violent happening in our city?
Through kuhan na patrolling sa mga polis, naman na sa statistics sa polis, so makita nila asa kita mga violent nga mga itabo, through report na sa incident. So makita na naman dili nga doon na yung mga incident yan ng area, so usa na siya mga routine sa mga pag-routine. Pero ang pinamalisin ko na nato na actually di kita perfect nga mga kuan yun na ang ato kuan nga doon namin mga kriminal tungkol sa ato kawadon usasad na sa mga kuan nato ron ang poverty, mga trabaho, doon na ang kuan na. So kinahanglan doon ay participation nato ang gobyerno na. Kinahanglan pa na trabaho para walay krimen. Uban po, tapulan. So nagya po na growth ya po pinakasimula po dapat sa pamilya. So para malisin na nato ang kuana, doon nagkinahanglan mo ang prevention, dapat proactive. Mo na ang buhat karon sa ormo, mga proactive police nga na magsigurubing dili ingon niya magkuwat niya solusyonan ang kuan nga ang among kuan nga kinahanglan i-prevent ang crime. Mao na dili kay sulbon lang para.
Sige, salamat sir.
So, naot ko nga isang gamay lang nga kuan sa patakurak ko na po sa inyong gibuhat. Kaninyong gamay ng kuan. Ha?
Ayaw lang kay...
Ayun, unsa man ni? Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. We're here to conduct an interview about non-violent culture. I am Danica May Sisipopita.
And I'm Francesca Dallas, and we are both from grade 9 Optimism. So we have prepared some questions regarding a culture of non-violent society. So the first question is, can you tell that we are living in a culture of non-violent society?
We are,
Why?
because we have less troubles here in Ormoc. But in the Philippines, in some other places, there are violence prevailing.
Next question. How can you, as we all know, we were once awarded as the safest city. In your own perspective, who do you think were the reason behind this award?
It might be the values of the people living in the city, and also the intimacy and relationship to each other. This is one thing that almost every people or citizen here in Ormoc know each other. That is why we are cautious of the things or actions we are doing because we are known. We cannot escape.
Can you cite some tips about how can you maintain the non-violent culture?
One way is respect to our parents, no? Then God-fearing. That is first and foremost, because respect to parents will follow. And of course, we should go back to the Ten Commandments, in which this is very basic as a guide for its populace living in a certain community.
So how can you help in promoting a culture of non-violence?
Number one is education. That is first and foremost. Because we cannot explain well if a person does not know what the other is emphasizing. And another thing is there should be clubs or join with a group that belongs to the church in any kind of religion, and that is one thing that is the secret.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
It is a behavior, including physical force, that hurts people or kills people. It is an intentional use of physical power or force against one another.
sexual violence. This includes molestation, incest, and rape.
Domestic violence, violence between partners or former spouse.
Yes.
Because our government is working hard in keeping the peace and making the people safe.
We should respect each other.
Follow the rules and regulation of the community.
Maintain the culture of peace in the world.
Be a good role model in others.